Guys, welcome. Guys learning a lot? I peeked over a couple times. It looks like you guys are working hard. Coach, you really got it moving. That's good. Glad to be here. What this tells me, guys, okay, and I was fortunate. I say fortunate. I've talked to some of your parents, but I was fortunate to work with Greg, okay? Athletes like that are who we want at Penn State. They're skilled, but more importantly, they're coachable. They're students. They care about their classroom, their grades. They have their priorities straight. They work hard. I tell all of our recruits, I tell all of our athletes, this experience, this combine here today, it's going to be like life. Your Penn State experience, it's going to be like life. You guys will get out of it whatever you're willing to put into it. That's life. You will get out of it what you're willing to put into it. No more, no less, guys. Take advantage of every moment, every opportunity. When Greg asked me to come here today, just because it was him, I was thrilled. I've been a strength coach 19 years, and I've been fortunate because I have worked with our football program at Penn State. I've worked with our basketball programs at Penn State. I've worked with all of our Olympic sport programs at Penn State, from swimming to volleyball to lacrosse to field hockey. I've consulted with various companies and pro teams. I've worked with the Bengals and the Redskins in the NFL. So in my 19 years, I've been very, very fortunate to have been able to get out, get around, and experience a lot of different athletes at different levels in different sports. And the one thing, and particularly what Greg has asked me to come here today to speak on, is performance nutrition. In those 19 years, the one thing that is consistent, all of those sport teams, all of those athletes at all of those levels need to care and need to prioritize what and when they put into their body. Okay? So I know I could talk 3 days here today. And I don't have 3 days.
15 minutes, Brett.
Okay. So I'm going to condense this to 15 minutes, okay? But seriously, I want to save a little time for specific questions because I know every individual case is different. I've been fortunate. Coach Ken and I are over there. We've been able to meet a lot of your parents and hopefully help you guys out. But the first thing I'm going to say, how many of you guys eat breakfast every day? Raise your hand.
Be honest.
Now, put your hand up. No, stand up. Stand up for me. Just stand up. Now listen. Stand up if you eat breakfast every day. Okay. Now, hey, and I told Greg this when he was an athlete. I tell our kids this day. You want to be the best, you got to look in the mirror every day. You can lie, you can cheat to yourself. It's not going to help you. It's not going to get you to where you want to get to. Sit your butts down if you don't eat every day. Breakfast. If you don't eat breakfast every single day, sit down. Okay, good. So this is a great group. Here's my deal with breakfast. Who knows what breakfast means? Break the fast. Clap that up, guys. Clap that up for my man. That's a good job. Your body's been fasting, muscles, chemical, hormones. You've been shut down for hopefully 8 to 10 hours. You guys can sit down now. Great job. You guys need to eat breakfast every single morning. Okay? Your body needs to break the fast. You need to start your metabolism, start your brain, start your body physiologically. You can have, you can have the coolest, most expensive car out in that parking lot. If you don't put gas in it, guess where it's going to go? Nowhere. Nowhere. So that's the same thing for your body. Okay, men? You guys hear me? If you're doing it now, continue to do it. If you're not doing it, if you were that quarter of the group that didn't stand up, do something to get breakfast every morning when you wake up. I don't care if it's a bar and a piece of fruit. I don't care if it's a 5-course breakfast that somehow my wife manages to make for my children every morning, yet I don't seem to get to take advantage of that. But whatever breakfast is for you guys, do it. Okay? You need to start your body out right. The second thing, I just like to inform this population of some information on macronutrients. And macronutrients, okay guys, macronutrients are proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. How many people know what carbohydrates are? Okay, what are they? Breads, rice, pasta, cereals, what else? Fruit, vegetables, what else? Pasta, baked potatoes, sweet potatoes? Breads, absolutely. Carbohydrates are the main energy source for you guys. 50 to 60% of your diet should be from carbohydrates. It is what fuels your body. It is what fuels your body to train. It is what fuels your body to recover. And it is what fuels your body to think optimally. Okay? So carbohydrates, huge part of an athlete's daily diet. Protein. We should be getting protein in every snack or meal option that we have. And there's a way to do it, or there's a dietary supplement to do it. Protein, who knows where we get protein from, guys? Yes, sir. Meats, dairy, dead on. No rice. Fish, rice is soy. Rice is a carbohydrate. Give your body energy. Protein builds muscle and helps muscle recover. Protein comes from eggs, fish, chicken, meats, nuts, dairy products, beans. Okay? And in every breakfast, lunch, dinner, but hopefully you guys are getting a mid-morning, a pre-afternoon, pre-practice snack, and a snack before you go to bed at night. You should eat 5 or 6 times a day. At every one of those meals or snacks, people, you need some protein. Our body can handle 20, depending on your age, height, weight, size, 20 to 30 grams of protein a setting. Okay? I'm not saying you need that much at every setting. Certainly, dinner, you might have more protein than you do your mid-morning snack, but attempt to get protein in every one of those snacks and meals. Okay? Those are the tidbits on your macronutrients. Third element I want to cover in my short segment here, pre and post workout. How many of you guys have a pre-workout snack? Raise your hand. Okay, so not a lot of you. This is a strategy for you guys. When I say strategy, I talk about how can you be better as an athlete? How can you perform better? How can you recover to do it again more frequently, more consistently, day after day after day? You need a pre-workout snack, 30 to 60 minutes before you go into an intense practice. Intense meaning that you're working hard and it's lasting over 45 to 60 minutes. I say practice, that could be interchanged with a lifting session or a conditioning session, or if you work with beasts off the turf on strength and conditioning or speed agility, it could be a practice, it could be football practice, it could be lacrosse practice. You need a pre-workout snack. Good choices that are easily to digest on your stomach, okay, are certain kind of bars, fresh fruit, maybe a half of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or a half a peanut butter and jelly bagel, okay? Granola bars. Those are things that your brain and your body need 30 to 60 minutes before an intense workout session. Post-workout, how many of you guys, again, we're being honest, raise your hand, how many of you guys consume calories within 30 minutes of stopping or ceasing activity? Raise your hand. A lot more. That's excellent. Who knows why that's important?
The first 30 minutes, protein gets to your muscle fiber classes.
That's right. And not only does the protein going to get to your muscles to help appropriately handle protein synthesis and keep it high, but what else it's going to do is those carbohydrates that you need post-workout are going to influx your body to increase your body's ability to recover its energy stores, your glycogen stores, we call them. That's your energy. Okay? We know, scientific fact, if we consume the right amount of foods within a 30-minute window, your body can be optimal to recover. Now, if you don't get it within the first 30 minutes, yes, your body can still recover, but it can take up to 75% longer to recover from the same effect it would recover optimally within that 30-minute window. Does that make sense, guys? So point being, we eat. We eat within 30 minutes after we train. And I tell our athletes, and this is kind of the case for you guys, open checkbook. You want carbs and proteins and fats. You want a little bit of all those macronutrients post-workout, but get them within 30 minutes. Make sense? Fourth element I want to cover, hydration. You guys need to hydrate. We can be less than 10% dehydrated, and it can affect performance up to 90%. Hydration status will affect performance greater than sleep deprivation and greater than some shortcomings of nutrition, if you will, of foods, okay? Hydration is key. Less than 2% dehydrated, performance, mental fatigue already is set in. And by no means is being thirsty a sign of hydration. We want our athletes to drink 1 to 2 bottles of Gatorade, rehydrate, some kind of sport drink for every hour to 90 minutes they exercise. We want our athletes to consume 1 to 2 bottles of water 60 minutes before they work out, during their workout, and after their workout. All of our athletes, and this is anywhere I've been in 19 years, we pre-weigh them and post-weigh them for sweat loss, especially early in the season. 1 pint of fluid replacement for every pound lost. And I've seen football players in the heat of August training camp lose up to 11, 12 pounds in a 3-hour practice. 1 pint per pound lost. Make sense, guys? And I know I'm running out of time, but the last thing I want to stress, and this is something that really personal to me, but also I feel I constantly want to share the message. Supplements and trending topics in sport nutrition today. And the big thing I want to cover with you guys are energy drinks. And I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand, but I know you guys have all consumed some level or some ability, probably a Red Bull, a Monster, a Rockstar. Are you guys familiar with those drinks? Yeah, they're really popular right now with your age and your setting. I'm going to warn you guys to stay away from them and be very careful with what you're consuming and how much of it you're consuming. There have been over 30 deaths in the last 2 years, and it's being indicated that it's from high sugar, high caffeinated, and different kind of different extracts mixed into energy drinks. So I want to warn you, there are better alternatives out there. Your parents are aware of those options. You need to make the right choice, okay? So just something I always like to make sure I put out there, and I have for a couple of years now as these numbers have increased and skyrocketed. Last minute or two, do you guys have any parents? You can ask me, I'll be here, Coach Ken's here, we're here for you guys the whole morning. But athletes, in this short period I have with you guys, do you have any questions for me? Anything specific I can help you with or answer for you? Yes, sir.
Acid supplements?
Question is, would I recommend taking an amino acid supplement? Yes. Yes. If you're 14 to 16 and older, yes. Because we know that we don't, because of our lifestyle and because of how foods are prepared today and everyone's so busy, it's a convenience thing. You need your BCAAs, your branched chain aminos. It's going to help keep protein synthesis high. It's going to minimize the muscle tissue breakdown. It's going to accelerate muscle growth and recovery. More and more issues and topics are being covered specifically with leucine, one of the amino acids. It's huge for protein synthesis. So yes, I would recommend that. Good question. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Do you think coffee is a good replacement?
I'm sorry?
Coffee is a good replacement for like energy drinks?
Is coffee a good replacement for an energy drink? I would say no, okay? I don't think a cup of coffee or two is a bad thing, okay? I don't know how many people in your population drink coffee, but some of our collegiate athletes do, and 1 or 2 cups of coffee, 8 to 12 ounces of coffee is not a bad thing, okay? A little bit of caffeine, actually there is, with a little bit of caffeine, a little bit, okay, under 60 to 120 milligrams, there is benefit that we are seeing with performance-based. You have glycogen sparing. You have more alertness. So there's some things like that, but it's a minimal amount. It's not what's in some of these energy drinks. So, cup of coffee or 2, yeah, go for it. Yeah, good question. What kind of protein drinks would I recommend for you guys to have after? I think it's a two-folded question. Number one, the best protein I think and what I recommend is our Advocare Muscle Gain Protein. It's a protein supplement, a high biological whey protein supplement. Chocolate milk is a good post-workout recovery drink as well. If you feel you need more protein than what milk has to offer, or you're not getting enough throughout those 6-7 meals throughout the day, you need additional protein if you're 12 and older. Good question. Yes, sir.
If you're at like a tournament and you're in between games, what like foods do you suggest?
Yeah, good question. If you're at a tournament between games, what are some good snack foods? Well, not McDonald's, not Chick-fil-A, not Subway, okay? Now, no, certainly you can make good choices at like Subway, but what I'm saying is you guys need a balance of some carbs and some protein. Some good options would be good energy, good snack bars, fresh fruit. We do peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for our athletes, okay? We have gummy chews. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the gummy chews. We do the gummy chews. Some different companies make gummy chews. Those kind of things. The things that more importantly you want to avoid between games are high heavy dairy products and foods that are highly fried or high saturated fat foods. Those are what you want to avoid in between games. After the tournament, get the dairy, but still avoid the saturated fats and fried foods, okay? Good question. Guys, thank you for your time today. Good luck to you guys. And hey, get the most out of this. Get the most out of this.
Thank you, sir.
Good stuff, man.